We're on the third round of the day. Hey, Chuck. Alright, so we're on the third round of the day, and I did say while we were waiting for everyone to join, I would do the standings from the end of Monza. Purely because I definitely did not at all leave the last stream early for you go and watch the halftime show from Al Smith. Definitely did not do that. I've got NFL in the background, the Dublin game today, so it starts early. I've had it on in the background the entire time. So the championship standings after Monza look as follows. Jin on 170, a 49-point gap to Bendit in second, who is on 121, 111 for Major in third. So with that being said, the most you can get in any given day is 43 points, which now means that Bendit now has to outscore Jin by 9 points in this race to win the to keep the championship alive to Trial Mountain. If that does not happen, Jin will be crowned champion in Spa. In terms of the championship constructors, Jaguar now has an 8-point lead over Lexus. The only issue is that I am very much aware that Mitchell got moved up after this race after a double P1. One was retroactively taken away for a penalty, which was unbelievably wrong. That's all I'll say about that. Not entirely sure how he got one, but it was retracted on appeal, so he got that win back. Well, we go from Spa. So that's where we stand. So Bendit needs to outscore Jin by 6 or more. And Major needs to outscore Jin by 16 or more. Everyone else would need absolute blinders to even continue to be in the question. That being said, I am very much pressed for time at this point in the in the day. Not trying to run too far over the front of my food, to be honest with you. We'll very much see how everything unfolds now. I put it in the chat. We're going into the next one. Only 14 here today. 7 laps of Spa in the wet to start with is the sprint race. Then we'll go, I believe it's 19 for the feature. Let's go through this grid then as we have it. So Bluebeard is on intermediates right now. So he qualified on pole, but is going to struggle a lot in the start of this one. Gus back in second. Jin in third. Good start for him, given the fact that he needs to essentially not be outscored to win the title today. Major in fourth. Chuck in fifth. Monken in sixth. Then we got, I believe that's Danger. Is it not? Garesti in seventh. I believe that's Danger. Correct me if I'm wrong. Bendit in 8th. Grew in 9th. Ads in 10th. Bruschetti in 11th. Aurak in 12th. Radiate in 13th for Beaumont, which rears the field. And also, Aurak has got the wrong tyre. And so has Beaumont. Everyone else apart from Bluebeard is on the wets. And quite frankly, I don't need to tell you that the wets, if you remember how it went yourself, the wets are definitely going to be the advantage tyre in this setting with the way that everything unfolded. All right, 3, 4, 5 red lights. It lights out and away we go, and that's just the picture right there. There's the wets off to a flying start, and Gus Back has hit the front already. We're heading into the second part. We got a few going into each other in turn 1. Chuck Norris is off the track. He's just about stayed on. There's carnage already. We're going to go back to the start. So Gus back here. So Chuck Norris in third to start with. In fourth to start with. Has gone for a gap that should not have existed. He's off the track. He gets a little bit tapped as well. Gus back is unfortunately involved. He's hit Jin. Danger somehow got into third. Not entirely sure how Radiate died and all of that. Well, it's Monka that died, sorry. We'll have a look how Monka died. Danger's gone wide. Oh, he got clobbered by the McLaren. Oh, that'll do it. The McLaren got him. As we head now down towards the Rouge for the first time. And he's still got a very big advantage over the second place driver here. Major is in second. Don't forget, Major has to outscore Jin by 16 to be involved in next week's in a fight for next week, if that is the case. Danger still in third, Jin in fourth, Chuck Norris in fifth, Gus back in sixth, Bichetti in eighth, Bendit in seventh. So Bendit in eighth. Bendit needs to get a move on. Radiate in ninth, Grew in 10th, Aurak in 11th, and then Ads in 12th, and Beaumont in 13th right now. Monk and tailed off. Not a great start for the Lexus group either. They need to try and close down the Jaguar team to try and win that Constructors title. Bendit still right on the back of Bichetti right now. Nothing going. Oh, that didn't look good from Grew again. I have a little bit of contact between him and Radiate, but he had got ahead of Radiate for now. Not sure if that was a push to pass or not. Radiate is still hanging in, and Hank did a warp header on the outside. Get that perfectly done. The issue with saying that there's a gap there, and then it closes, Chuck, is that it's in the rain. It's going to close. That should be anticipated. And it wasn't really there to begin with. I mean, it would have been there if everyone had matched their braking points perfectly in the dry. That's about as good as I'll give you. And Major's dropped to third now then. Chuck is up into fourth, Jin down into fifth. So Major is currently gaining a couple of points on Jin right now. And Major is gaining a couple of points on Jin, but really nothing on top of that. Bear in mind, Major has to outscore Jin by 16, and he's now being overtaken potentially by Chuck Norris. So that gap is going to get a little bit shorter. And Chuck Norris round the outside. Keith it perfectly right now. Going against Dedra as well. And Bluebeard is having an absolute mare. We've come to a halt out of the final corner. And Bluebeard is struggling now. That intermediate tyre is not helping him out in the slightest. Chuck Norris overtaken now for the lead. He's got the inside line on the Irishman in first. The RCZ definitely still holding in there as well. Danger taking the lead of this race. Chuck Norris still in second. Major in third. Bluebeard in fourth. Jin all the way down in sixth now. And the Bandit is nowhere to be seen. Continue on. Is he going to be able to get past? Major getting past Chuck. It looks like he is down the inside here. Much more imperative not be on the wet line, on the racing line when you're in the wet here. Just a little bit quicker. A little bit further back, we've got Jin still ahead of Radiate. Radiate's a little bit sideways. Bichetti is then ahead of Gus back. And Grew and Bendit in 10th at the moment. He needs to find a way through, because the longer this goes, the more he gets outscored here, the worse his feature race is going to have to. He's going to have to push in that feature race. He's going to make more mistakes in the process. So he's got to really find the sprint race out what he can. Right now, the only one pushing the issue right now to try and keep the championship alive is Major. Currently scoring 12 points. It'd be 6 for Jin, or would have been 6 for Jin, if Bluebeard was on the right tyre, and I think Bluebeard had a bit of a mare there in Pouillon. It's wide to start with. It's AstroTurf in the middle. And his car is not having it on the exit either. Sliding halfway through, and I think he's been overtaken by more than just one. He got overtaken by Radiator as well, and Bichetti on the inside should just go for this. And that's exactly what he's going to do. And Bluebeard drops all the way to 7th. The rain lets up just a little bit. Still prefer to be on a wet tyre here. He comes together with Bichetti. Oh, and that's a bit of a nightmare there. We'll have another look at this with all the spray coming off. Just back in behind. Yep, Bluebeard just straight into Bichetti. There's no braking whatsoever. Then Gusback gets him for good measure. Jesus Christ, Bendit is going to take full advantage. He needed to. He needed to find a way. And I think he has. He's up in a 6th. Takes 4 positions off of Bluebeard there. And the company behind him, I think that was Gru and Gusback and Bichetti. All those guys trying to gain positions now. Bendit losing out to Bluebeard. Bluebeard picks up 2 seconds worth of penalties. When that penalty line comes round on the next lap, Bendit will have another opportunity. There's fight going on further forward. And Jin is not part of it because Jin has gone so far off the line that he's dropped off from Chuck Norris and Radiator. So he's dropped back to 5th. Major will take that every day of the week because he needs as many points as he can get. And Bendit is back down into 8th. No pace for Bendit right now whatsoever. He needs to find the limit, needs to find it quickly. Looks like Bendit just trying to hang on there just a little bit more, just trying to hang in on the back of Gusback. We know Bluebeard's got a penalty, he will drop quite significantly. Bendit just not really making any moves right now. He's going to try and go to the inside of Gusback here. Again, just not really anything going at all. And poor Jin is well off the back of Radiate now. He's got an advantage in 4th. And then got Chuck Norris in front of him with Major and Danger in 2nd and 1st respectively. Looking through, Major just dropping off the back. Danger's in a very, very good place right now to hold on to this one the longer we go along. At 3 of 7 right now. Chuck Norris to the inside! Almost gets it. I can understand trying to move or two here, because there's no slipstream really taking effect. You've got to force the issue at the rainy Spa. I can definitely understand it. Like Chuck Norris again, trying to get something on Major. Oh, that's not great from Danger there on the exit. Heading down to Leblanchmont now. Headed out of Stavilo. Bluebeard again. Now taking his penalty. So Gusback went on through. Gru's gone on through. Bendit gone on through. Bendit needs to get past Gru again because he's just losing out. The longer we go, the more he's losing out. That looks like a very wide line. I'm not entirely sure who that's for. It's a Monken in the background in the Super. Definitely didn't enjoy Leblanchmont there. Oh, a little bit of contact. I think that was for Beaumont there. I don't think he cares too much. Beaumont is up ahead of Monken, but Monken's going to get a far better run down into turn 1 here. A little bit of fighting in front as well. Monken's ahead of Bichetti. He's not going to catch Beaumont, but he is going to catch Bichetti there as he moves up into 11. Beaumont makes a massive mistake on the exit of turn 1, on the exit of La Source. And Monken will get in them both anyway. That's overtaken by Orak. Orak on the intermediates right now has struggled, to say at the very least. Ads is just going to blow right past him again. Let's see if Orak's got any move to him here. On the inside, Orak's going to get a little bit later on the brakes. Orak's going to get in front of Ads now then. Bendit got a little bit of a gap and he got Gru right in front of him. He got an opportunity to make a move on a position. Because 8 points, well, 8 points is only one position more, 9 is 2. Bendit's going to have to get a move on. Even though I have Jin overtaken by a couple of people, the only issue for him in that regard is Radiate's got a second penalty, and Jin might not even wait. It looked like Jin might not, but he did slip back in, so he is going to wait. And that 1 second penalty for Radiate will very much give him the opportunity to take the position off of him as well. Like Radiate's got, yeah, Radiate's going to serve his penalty on this lap. Chuck Norris is in front. He's still fighting with Major, and those two might be fighting for the lead now because Dendra's got a penalty. Dendra has got a penalty on the way through. Dendra still holds on the lead after his half-second penalty as they go through Blanchimont. Chuck Norris is desperately trying to find a way through now, wiggling left and right to see if the opportunity arises. It isn't going to. Down into the bus stop chicane. Maybe out of it if he can get a good run. We've got fights left, right and centre here. And I'm not sure who it's going to be. It's Bendit with Aurak fighting it out for 8th place, and Aurak has got in front of Bendit. Bendit to the inside. Bendit trying to receive 8th place back. I don't think he's going to get it though. I think there's an exit from Aurak, and it is. And Bendit's in a little bit more trouble now. Here comes Gru. Here comes Gru on Jin. Gru the inside. He's got him. And Jin's dropped to 6. That'll be a little bit of respite for Bendit. Well, we've got a little bit of a fight going on further forward as Chuck Norris has hit the lead here. I wonder when that happened. See if we can find... Oh, that'll be where it is. Dendra's had a bit of a mare up over Rouge and into Radion. And Chuck Norris has nailed it. The Portuguese driver nailed up the hill. Major might have a go for him as well. Major looking for second. If he can keep second, he'll very much take that, knowing what his task is today. Dendra's going the long way round. Dendra has nailed the Lacombe, the chicane there. Held on to second rather beautifully. It does mean Major's got to find a new way through. Right now, that doesn't seem to be happening. Radiate's too far off the back of Jin to really make anything stick in that regard. Ghostback is right on the back of Major now. This is one thing Major cannot afford. He has got to get himself in a position to not end lower than 3rd. Regardless of what Jin does now, he can't afford to end outside this top 3. It looks like Gru is on the back of Ghostback now. It's going to give Major a little bit of breathing space. And it looks like Jin is going to try and go to the inside on Gru. Not there, he backs out of it. Aurak is ahead of Radiate. Bendit is there and thereabouts. You can see the Jaguar in front of him as well. He just needs to beat him in both races to stand a chance. Looks like Gru just a little bit wide through Boncham there, and it opened up the door for Jin. It also opened the door for Aurak on the inside, and they've all come together, and this is beautiful for Radiate, who's trying to force himself through the middle and will do perfectly. But even more so, it's going to be great for Bendit. And Bendit gets 1 place closer to Jin. Or was for a split second, because Aero just sends it down the inside and gets him straight away. And again, Bendit just not a killer instinct in this one, not in the rain anyway. Denger's got a half-second penalty, so Major on the grass! Major's on the grass as well, Gusback's gone through, and Major's got a half-second. And all the work to gain that advantage, to try and cut that 16-point lead down, well, that 16-point deficit he needs to make up today to single digits. He's made a mistake, and it could be an absolutely costly one. You can see Jin right there. Chuck Norris has absolutely flown in this race, not really been touched too much as getting the lead. It looked like Jin against Gru. Jin against Gru, looking for sixth. Even worse news for Major now. Oh, that doesn't look good for, I think that's Aurak in the back of the screen. It is Aurak in the back of the screen. It gone very much off, and Bennett's gained an extra position, and that puts him within arm's reach of Jin now. Gusback and Dender are fighting for second again. Half a second penalty for Dender as well. This is going to get very interesting. This could be a point swing here for Bender if he can just get one position here. If he can somehow beat Jin by 2, then even better so for him. Because that means there will be one position less he needs in the race. But for now, Danger drops to third. Gusback has got him round the outside of Blanchimont and up into second. The Lebanese driver has done pretty well in this tier since entering in Sardinia. Only had the one race outside the top 6, and that was because of a remote disconnect by the looks of things. It is packed in the midfield here. And Bendit's lost out to Beaumont. Bendit has lost out to Beaumont. He can't afford to have done that. Alright, going to try and fight him back again. Aurak has gone deep. He's still there with Bendit. Bendit's dropped another 2. Beaumont's off the track, so he'll gain another one back. I'm not entirely sure where Monken's going. Bendit's now in 10th, right there with Jin. And Jin's going to get a penalty and a half for that, surely. Only half a second. If he goes any further off the track, he's in a wall. Well, that might bring Jin closer to Aurak and Bichetti then. Right now, Jin is opening up the advantage to Bendit. Major still taking advantage by a couple of points out of Jin. Not really enough. 14 points is a lot to gain back in one feature race, that's for certain. Bendit back up in the 9th. He needs to get... Alright, Gru's gone wide. Gru's gone wide there. Is he going to be under fire from Jin? He is. Side by side, Jin's got the inside line. Jin will have that place. And if you're Lexus, you're not liking that. Jin overtaking Gru on the final lap. Aurak might get him as well. Aurak's going to go into the side of the McLaren. And Aurak is not going to get the position off of Gru. Bendit needs to make a move. He's not going to get the chance to. Into Stavolo. And Aurak is going to go after Gru on the exit of Stavolo. Doesn't get it. Jin's going to serve his half second now. But I think he's got a bit of an advantage. I think he's got too much of an advantage on Gru. All the fighting has cost them. And Jin's going to take that fair and square. We're going to go to the bus stop chicane with Chuck Norris, who's gone round fairly untouched, is getting the lead. Gusback not enough for him. And Chuck Norris is going to win the sprint in Spa. Gusback gets second. Denger's got a half-second penalty. That's beautiful news for Major, who will snatch the podium. Denger will get 4th. Radio will get 5th. Jin does get 6th, Grew 7th, Bendit 8th. So a 2-point advantage for Jin here. Takes the lead from what? I think that was 8 or 9 at the start. Or was it 6 and then now it's 8? Sorry. Let me get it back up. Going into Spa, it was a 6-point advantage that Bendit needed to close. That'll be an 8-point advantage that Bendit now needs to close. Major, however, getting 10 on the day, on the sprint. Whereas 8, 6, 5 for Jin. That's a 5-point advantage going Major's way. I didn't see who got the fastest lap. I think it was Chuck Norris at the end there. That means that Major's gap should be that he needs to close down 59. 5 points close to 54. He needs 11. So Major needs 11. Bendit needs 8. We'll see if they're going to be able to get it. For those who are counting, 8 points. What? The equivalent between 1st and 4th? With the fastest lap for 1st. So if he wins, the Jin needs 3rd or better. In that actual case, Jin just needs 3rd. And he wins the championship in this race. Flat out. We just load up the group here. We're going to pause it, see what's going on. So Aurak starts in 1st. Everyone should be on the wet tyres here then. That's not the case. Bluebeard, nope. Who's the one on intermediates? It's Beaumont on intermediates here then. I'm not entirely sure that's a wide call. Huh. Everyone else, literally the entire group, has gone onto the wet tyres. Aurak from Ads, from Bendit, from Gru, from Jin. This is massive. Bendit has to take advantage of this 3rd place while he has it. Radiate in 6th, then Dendra in 7th, Major in 8th, Gus back in 9th, Chuck Norris in 10th, Bichetti in 11th, Monk in 12th, Bluebeard 13th, and Beaumont rears the field here. As we are now heading off for 18 laps of Spa. In the wet. And we are off. Aurak leads of the way for Ads in 2nd and Bendit in 3rd. Looks like Bendit's going for this straight away on Ads. Bendit is very much going for the kills as soon as he can see it. His teammate very much probably should be on board with that as well. So Bendit up in a 2nd. He needs to take every advantage of this that he can possibly find. And the fact that he's also got he's got the Lexus, which is fuel tank is the best in the class. Quite frankly, he should be in an exceptional position. Looking at the group at the end, look at the group of the weather that we got in that race, where it should go intermediate, if not dry at the end. Changing condition race. If he can get himself to that point where it potentially does start to go dry, if it does with R05, then we'll see if that can happen. If he can get the advantage there, maybe switch the tyre onto a better one. As he now takes the lead of the race for a split second. Aurak is fighting him back. Bendit needs to take this. Sorry. And he does. And he does. Look at that. Bendit in the lead of the race has advantaged him straight away. But now he needs help. He's doing what he was, what he had to do. He can only control what is in his control. It doesn't look like he's controlling it anymore because that's AstroTurf on the outside of Puyon, and he drops off out of first. Right now, 22 points for Bendit, 16 for Jin. A fastest lap is not enough. 8-point advantage, bearing in mind, for Jin to win the title at the moment. If he can get to 43, it is still technically possible. Albeit extremely unlikely and would require Jin and literally out of nowhere at Trial Mountain. But he got himself up into 5th anyway. Jin got past Radiator, who is having an absolute mare in the background of the shot. Is he going to be able to get past Gru here? I don't really know if he is. That looks like a penalty for Danger. He is serving it now. Bluebeard goes by. Danger's all the way down into 12th now. Bichetti goes by. Will Monken take advantage? Monken will take advantage, and now Beaumont, the only one on intermediate tires, is the only one not able to go by. Monken very wide on the exit of Blanchimont, and now Danger's going to take full advantage of that. Take that one back. He gets one of the 6 or 7 he lost in the penalty. He might take 2 because that was a piss poor corner there from Bichetti. Out the bus stop chicane, and he will take 2 back as Danger gets himself back to 11th. Bluebeard next one up for Danger then. Gus Back is behind Chuck Norris, who is absolutely flying in this wet weather. We got Major in 7th, who needs to beat Jin by 11 points. If he can beat Jin by 11 points, Bendit's got a half-second penalty in 6th. What has happened here? Oh, that's not good. He was in 2nd. Oh, he's got tagged by his own teammate. He moved out the way. What are you doing? Bendit again. Just a mistake being made there. Almost a mistake being made by Major and Chuck Norris there until the source as well. Bendit's now in trouble. Half-second penalty, 6th place, and Jin is in front of him. Edging closer and closer to a championship fight being over here at Spa. Oh, he's got to find a move. It looks like it, to be honest with you, Bendit. It looks like Bendit just a little bit too far for Radiate now. They're really making it to work. That's your championship leader, who's currently in 4th. This is interesting now, because the longer this goes, the less you see Jin making a mistake, the closer he gets to potentially adding another championship to his name. He has 2 already, looking for a 3rd. And with that, an automatic promotion to Tier 3 in the works as well. Chuck Norris looking to the inside and having a stop short of trying to make a move there. Don't forget, Bluebeard also qualified on pole, just had intermediate to the sprint race, and it kind of killed his entire night up to this point. Gus Back trying to get past Chuck Norris, the Ferraris again. Bendit served his half-second penalty now, so he drops off the back of Radiate and closer to Major in 7th. Bear in mind, these are the only 2 now with any realistic chance of cutting that lead to within 43. Doesn't look like there's going to be much available for Bendit right now. Ads and Jin! There's contact between the 2 of them! And Ads almost did his teammate a favour. But Jin survives. And is up in a 3rd. Oh, Ads again sliding out the corner. Alrighty on there, just not got full control of his car. It looks like Radiate's going to force it down the inside now. Look for a move. And all of a sudden the Lexus day has just gone from bad to worse. Jin's in third, so Jin right now wins the championship regardless of what Bendit does. He gets 20 from this race, the max Bendit can get is 26. He's going to have to very much get a move on. Same goes to Major. Major needs to win by beat Jin by 11 points in this race, which means if he wins, he gets to 26 potentially. I mean, Jin has to end what, 18, 16, 14. It would have to be 6th or lower for Major to have any sort of a chance. A 5th or higher for Jin eliminates Major from contention. See if we've got any sort of battle on the track right now. 1 lap 3 of 18. Beaumont is flying a little bit more now that the rain has not come down so heavily. It says, as it is now looking like it's storming out in Spa at this one. Monken wide again. That's very wide there. And this is going to be wide by the nature of his line. He's actually managed to keep that in tow. And for the 1.5 is definitely going to come for the corner before. Monken just not keeping the car within the limits. Danger in front of him. Bluebeard in front of that. Chuck Norris is still there as well, with Gus back, the extra Ferrari, up ahead of him. Major to the inside of Bendit. Oh no, it's Ad, sorry. To the inside of Ad, the wrong Lexus is the one I got there, and Major's up in a 6th. Bendit also got through on his teammate, so Bendit's up in a 5th now. 4 more people for him to overtake. I wonder if there's going to be anything in this for Bendit. Trying to get past Radiate, who's got Jin up ahead of him. You can see there's Gru and Orak in front of that. Right now, nothing really changing in the mid-pack. Gru going very deep into the chair there. And really, you can't get away with that too often. And now into No Name. Jin got onto the curb. That might have been a little bit wild. Also, with that being said, a bit risky with a championship on the line. Radiate still hanging on against Bendit for now. Bendit still on the back of Radiate, still needs to make something happen. Hasn't been able to do it for the first 4 laps of the race so far in this one. And looks like Ad just got overtaken by Bluebeard as well in the back of the shot there. And he has. And now Gus back is going after Major as well. That has been overtaken by Danger as well, as Danger gets up into 10th. And Beaumont tried to get his name involved in it, but he couldn't really force the issue. Major still ahead of Gus back. He needs to get to Bendit and to Radiate in front of him. We've got 2 people chasing it right now, and they're the 2 Ferraris. They're fighting each other. And Chuck Norris to the inside. Chuck Norris is up in the 7th. Chuck Norris on the outside of Major here. Beaumont might be in a good position as well, given the fact this track is starting to dry out. Chuck Norris not able to get anything on Major for now. Bendit still on the back of Radiate, not really forcing the issue there either. Guru has hit the lead, Orak in second. The only issue here is Jin is still in third, and that is enough to win the title, regardless of the other two's ambitions here. Well, looks like nothing really going for Jin. Well, we're trying to hold it against Radiate now. There's nothing really going for anyone in trying to make an advancement forward. Bluebeard almost looking at the back of Gus back here. He looks to the inside even, because he's actually ahead of him. And Gus back, the Lebanese driver, might drop too, because here comes Danger as well. And there goes Danger as well. Oh no, he saved the car. It looked like he was about to drop it for a second there. He saved it. Got Beaumont on the intermediates in a far better place than the guys on the wets. For now, and only for now, because we have more rain on the way. Beaumont has got to make the positions where he can. Looks like Major still hanging on against Chuck Norris. Bluebeard looking to that inside line now. Oh, Radiate slided again. Radiate slided again, but now even further in front of that, Jin looking, he just messaged the chat saying he's just trying to survive, but right now he's looking like he's trying to make a move forward. Radiate very wide there, that's a penalty. That should be a Bendit position. Bendit might go for it now. Bendit on the inside. Gets it. Up in the fourth now, Bendit. The interesting scenario now is that Bendit getting past Jin takes Jin out of the top three, which then puts it into Jin, oh, never mind. Never mind. Let's have another look at that. What's happened here? Major just trying to keep himself on the wet part of the track as much as possible. Oh, that's just a gap that's closing. And there goes Radiate with a little bit of a tap on Major as well. Oh, Radiate's gone round! Radiate got caught. Who caught Radiate? Oh, Chuck Norris caught him. Chuck Norris caught Radiate. Oh, that's not good news for Chuck Norris either. Well, great news if you're Major in all of this, because Major somehow pushed the pass through up into fourth. The bad news is, well, actually, if you bend it, you can probably take this as good news as well, because it's the two of you that, you know that the two of you are the only two people that can catch Jin in the title. So if you were working together, instead of fighting each other, you could try and catch the man with a half-second penalty up in third. Bearing in mind, you both need Jin outside of the top three. Major needs more help than that, but you both need him outside of the top three, so this should be working together. Try and move Jin out of there. Give either of you an opportunity to hold on to the title, fight one more race. I'm just trying to figure out what the stream's doing, because I think I've got I see a black screen. It was just my phone. Okay, my phone was just being a bit weird. We got Jin around the back of Guru, and then Blue Dragon Orak. Orak has hit the lead. Major just dropping a little bit off the back now then. So Bendit is within half a second, I reckon, of Jin here, especially with the penalty that should take it over probably about a second, even more so in the rain. Bendit should get him here. Bendit should get him here. Down the straight towards LeBlanchimon. Is he going to get him? It doesn't look like he is. It doesn't look like he did. No, he didn't. Jin survives just a little bit longer. Major and Chuck Norris are going at each other now into the bus stop chicane. Major has a nice run here on Bendit. Major has a brilliant run on Bendit. But again, this should be working together after Jin instead of working against each other. And Major is ahead of Bendit now. Chuck Norris is going the long way round. Chuck Norris might be a pawn in Bendit's side now. I'm not entirely sure what just happened to Chuck Norris. Oh, there he is, just reappearing into the picture as Gus Back is also trying to get involved. And Bendit's dropped to 7th. That is not good news for Bendit, who just lost 3 in a corner and a corner and a half. Bendit needs to go by. Bendit is going straight back after that Ferrari, gets right past it again. Looks like Bendit just getting rounded on the outside. However, Gus Back again, just throwing a thorn in his side, and Gus Back is back up in the 6th. Major still in 4th. Major needs to force a way past Jin now. The longer these two keep fighting, the longer people keep fighting in behind Jin, the more he's going to love this. Because this is just taking clock away from everything at the moment. Looks like Chuck Norris on the inside now. Chuck Norris looking for a move. Gets it on Major, and that is not good news for the championship hopes of fighting for another day. Chuck Norris, who won the sprint. Well, unless he starts to prove a thorn in the side of Jin, really hasn't got anything to give in this one. I wonder if there's going to be anything in this now for Gus Back on Major. The two, yeah, working together is not a call. Yeah, that is evident. Oh, that didn't look good. Pachetti somehow saved the car there. It looked like it was sideways. Gus Back almost round trying to go to the inside of Major. Major, oh, we have something going on in the final corner here. I'm not entirely sure what we can class it as. But there was indeed some racing. Aurak's got that so definitely. Oh, and Chuck Norris has hit the side of Jin. And Major's gone past Chuck Norris again. And so has Gus Back, but Jin not hampered enough. And the rain is starting to come down heavily again. We head back to wet territory. Jin hits the side of Aurak. Gus Back, if he can get a good exit, should get ahead of him. And this is good news for Bendit. Well, they now have Jin outside the top 3. No pressure, Bendit, you still have to win the race. In terms of Major, well, yes, you need help. You need a lot of help right now. See if you can actually manage to get it to work. We go into the inside now, into Lacombe chicane. Mistake from Jin would allow Major and Chuck Norris through. The only issue is that they then have to get through the rest of the grid. And through has been completely untouchable so far. This is going to be very interesting then. I don't really know what's going to actually unfold for the rest of this, but Jin's got it wrong. Jin has got that wrong, but he's going to survive, I think. That was very deep into the beginning of pre-on. He is going to survive. Ads is under fire from Monken. Should hold on here though, Ads, because he got the inside line, and being off the racing line allowed you to brake later. But apparently Ads did not know that. Monken just going to run right by him. Chuck Norris is going to try and go on the inside of Major here. One thing's for sure, I personally think that that opportunity that Major and Bendit had earlier, knowing that they're the only two that can catch him, that misstep of not working together to take down a bigger fish is going to cost them. Oh, Monken again. Wild on the exit of Blanchimont. Major still ahead of Chuck Norris for now. Go. Chuck Norris just wildly missing turn one there. He still managed to get a good enough exit. Monken again just cannot seem to get any of the exits right. Neither did Bluebeard on the exit of La Source. That's Bruschetti up into 8th then. Might be Bluebeard up a position as well. They go side by side towards Eau Rouge. Now this is going to end badly for someone. It's going to be Ads because he's going to miss just everything. Wildly miss everything. Monken's off the track again. I'm assuming that's a penalty. It doesn't look like he's getting one. He got away with one there. Major still ahead of Bendit and of Chuck Norris right now. Those go side by side. Bendit should have him. Bendit should have that position. He will have that position on Chuck Norris. Chuck Norris getting squeezed out just a little bit. Now, the opportunity is there. You have got to work together. Aurak and Major. Well, Major getting round the outside of Aurak now. Major's up in a 4th. You get the opportunity to go after Jin. You have got to work together to do it. Well, let's be honest, there's a target on your back as soon as you get into this position. As Jin, and when you've got the championship within reach. So there is a massive target on your back, or there should be at least. Bendit still ahead of Chuck Norris for now. Aurak is the one splitting him and Major. Jin currently in 3rd. One of them has got to get him. Just does not look likely right now. Aurak is right on the back of Major. Right on the back. He's not even on the back anymore. He's side by side down the inside as they head towards the Blanchimont, and it's not really going Major's way at all here. He's now under threat from Bendit. And from Chuck Norris to the inside and to the outside, and Bendit, I think, may have just tagged Aurak on the way through there. Let's have another look at that. Aurak has gone so far deep. That is certainly a penalty. Chuck Norris has sent it to the inside here. They've gone one side each of Major, and that is a massive shunt into the back of Aurak. We've got 4 or 5 people here. Aurak is getting a penalty for cutting the pit lane. Aurak is pit now for some reason. I guess it's to pit out of the train. Which actually makes a lot of sense now when I think about the Tier 2 race in the same thing. The train out, pitting out the train worked wonders. Monken getting out the way of Bendit then. Bluebeard into 6th. Bendit really needs to get a move on. Looks like Bendit just not getting close enough right now to anyone that really matters. Same for Major. He's fighting with Chuck Norris. And that's just allowing Jin to pull away. Jin doesn't care how much he does it by as long as he does it. Looks like nothing really happening there out of no name. Chuck Norris still right on the back of Major, but not really forcing the issue. It looks like that's a bit rough there from Chuck Norris. He went wide, but he's got to run. He's got to run to the inside of Major. And he's got to move. And Major's been overtaken. And it's just giving Jin more and more breathing space. Every corner they go, they're fighting. This is not good news for Major at all. Bluebeard went very deep there out of first to the Stavolo. Looks like Chuck Norris has... Oh, he's gone wide! Chuck Norris has gone very wide there. Major's followed him out. I wonder if that's a penalty incoming. Looks like nothing really went there for Chuck Norris. Avoided the penalty. Major there as well. Bendit is up into 6th again. This is their opportunity if he can get close enough to Major to work together. Radiate into the pits, Danger into the pits, Monken into the pits. We'll see what is going to happen now then. They're all pitting out of the perceived train. Orak is on his own. On the intermediate tyres, which again is just not a smart choice. Not for now, anyway. This early in the race, you have to be on the wet tyres. There you go. Alright, would radiate there in front of him. Danger out into the onto the intermediate tyres. Monken intermediate, wet for Danger, sorry. And then Radiate on the wets as well. So you should see Radiate and Danger start to cruise their way forward just a little bit. Anyone else on the pit yet? Bendit and Bluebeard still side by side. They have been for a decent chunk of the lap now. Bendit losing out again to Bluebeard as Bluebeard goes to the inside and gets past. Up into 6th. Like nothing really going right now for Major. Well, so yeah, Jin just cruising at 3rd right now. He's not really putting any effort in. He's just getting to the end. The longer this goes, the better it is for him. See if there's anything in this, because Bakken might be going after a Gru. Chuck Norris into the pits. Okay then, so we now see a couple of pit stops starting to form. Bluebeard out of the pits as well. Or into the pits rather. Gives Bendit a little bit of breathing space. Major up in the 4th. And a lot of them time to just sit and work out their positions, work out what is going to work, what isn't going to work for the rest of this race. A lot of fuel still in Bendit's car, more than double the rest of the group. Literally every person around him is so much worse on the fuel than the Lexus. So this has got to be a strategy call and a half, realistically, for Bendit to get anything out of this. We'll see if there's going to be anything to it. It's going to have to, if he's going to get this right, it's going to have to be an absolute blinder. Groove's still out ahead of Gus back right now. That McLaren in cruise control of this race. They're only able to go maybe a lap or more, just over after this. Looks like Jin just really nicely ahead of Major at the moment. But Major now being on his own has the time to actually put in the laps, and he is currently 3/10 of a lap quicker than Jin as soon as he gets the chance to be. So that gap is coming down every time they see it. I wonder how close he is now, to be honest with you. Looks like there's still a few good seconds behind Jin, currently in third. In comes Gru, in comes Gus back then. Those are both out of fuel. I don't think Jin is coming in. Major won't. Major will stay out one more lap. If I was Bendit, I'd do the same. Bendit, stay out for a lot longer than just one. Because I have a funny feeling the longer this goes, the lighter this rain is going to get. We all know that it's going to end in RO5. Bendit, that's just far too deep out of the source. Got to be a lot tighter than that. Just trying to figure out whether or not there's anything left in the tank for this championship battle. Major currently leads. If we were ending as it is now, if we were genuinely ending cooling time at the end of this lap, Major would currently be in with a chance. Bendit 22 to Jin's 14 as well. That would be exactly 43. We would have two different people exactly 43 points back. No, not really. Not really, Eli. It's a very, very specific scenario we're currently in. We know that two of them haven't pit yet. Three of them haven't pit yet. They don't have to pit if they can go the entire length without pitting. I mean, if you can do that, fair play. Because you'd have to do some incredible fuel saving in order to make that happen. And get away with the fuel, and get away with the rain as well. Not really sure whether or not there's going to be an opportunity for the riders here for Bendit and for Ads. Bendit looks like he's in a lot worse. He's not really finding the pace right now. Ads half a second quicker on that last lap. 39.5 from the last lap for Major, so we'll see realistically how much people are gaining or losing from the new set of tyres. Everyone else, I assume, went to wet. No, Jim went to intermediates, which is a bold call for this stage of the race. Trying to look ahead. Major into the pits now then. I am very intrigued to see what's about to unfold. About 5 laps left of the race to go. About 10-ish minutes left on the clock. Here comes Jin on the inside. Chuck Norris on the outside. Jin just about cuts enough of the angle off to survive against Chuck Norris there. But Chuck Norris has far better on the exit. Chuck Norris is going to take that one and run round the outside. Chuck Norris up in the 6th. Jin down in the 7th now. Even better news for Bendit. And for Major, who's come out, without changing the tyres, has come out ahead of Jin by quite some way. Gonna be interesting. Everyone's coming for fuel, but some people have elected not to change the tyres. That's kind of advantage the wet tyres right now. Right now, if you're Major, you're in a very good place then, aren't you? As long as this stays dry. Well, as long as it stays wet, sorry. Major's in a very good place right now. He does have to win this one in order to make it work. Bendit currently on, well, without a pit stop up to this point. The fuel is still going quite emphatically right now. I would not be in any rush to make a stop. Genuinely no rush to make a stop here whatsoever if I was Bendit and Ads. You work together, you just keep yourself above water here. Give Bendit as much of a chance as humanly possible to try and keep this title fight alive. That's exactly what they're doing right now. Stay out. That's exactly as expected. That's just going in. Why? Still got 10% of fuel left. That's more than enough for another lap. Why are you going in now? You stayed out. You could have bend it around the track. Not entirely sure that was a wise call. There's Gus back. And Gru right up to the back of him now then. This is going to get very interesting. Because there was new tyres for Gus back, not new tyres for Gru. Bendit still hasn't pit. Doesn't need an awful lot more fuel than what he currently has to go to the end. Major's got a 1.5 second time penalty. That's not good news for him. Currently a massive advantage on the rest of the group though. I wonder, because Bendit still isn't even flashing red yet. There's only 3 laps left of the race. It looks like it's starting to stop raining. It's starting to stop in the rain department as well. Do you pull the trigger and go to intermediate sometime soon? It is not against the rules, no. If you can do the race without fuel, with fuel, there's nothing against that. If it is raining, there is no 2 compound rule. If you can get to an end of a race without pitting, you do not have to pit. And I think that's exactly what Bendit's attempted to do here. The only issue for Bendit, it looks like it is very much stopping raining. The interesting scenario that arises out of this then, if it is going to start coming down, I would probably, if I was Bendit, I'd wait one more. if I was completely honest with you. I'd wait one more and get the lay of the land, because it doesn't look like it's raining too much. Do I? Because it looks like it stopped raining entirely. Oh, that's going to be a call. That's going to be a call. Is it going to go now? If I'm going now, it's intermediate tyres I'd go for. He hasn't gone in. Is that going to come back? It wouldn't matter. His intermediate tyres would be significantly better than yours. And he wouldn't have to put much, if any, fuel in at all. It would just be the length of a pit stop. He would come out comfortably ahead of you. I think he'd made the mistake. I think he should have gone in. I think he should have called for it now. Gone on intermediate tyres, because that probably would have given him multiple seconds a lap. I think Jin's too far away to catch Screw and Bendit. If Bendit didn't pit, and if Bendit did pit, he would be out ahead of Jin anyway. Oh, that is a nasty choice to have to make with the title on the line. Nasty choice to have to make. I think it's too late to make it now, though. And if it's fuel isn't going to the end of the race, you go. Honestly, I would forego intermediates at this point. You are right, it's really drying up. By the end of this lap, I think I may actually forego the wets and forego the intermediates and try the dry. Honestly, it looked like you were heading in that direction as long as you stay on the racing line. Oh, that's going to be close. It's a very dry line starting to form. I think you just try it. I think you go for it. Bendit's got nothing to lose now. Go to soft and run 2 laps. You should, in theory, be the quickest driver on the track. That car, that line, that water meter is dangerously close to that third point. Just a case of whether or not you trust the line or not. He's not getting to the end. He's not getting to the end here, Bendit. Even if he is, he's going to be in trouble. Here comes Gru, who should... well, if I'd Bendit, just send Gru onto the grass. He didn't deserve the space. He's staying out again. He's staying out again. He's lost out to Gru. I think he's made a mistake. I think he's made a mistake. Oh, he's gonna rue that. He's gonna rue that one at the very least. I think the mistake with the lap, a bigger mistake with the lap prior and not going in intermediates. I certainly would have foregone the wets there. It is a dry track effectively now. Intermediates are going to be so much quicker. And the wets are going to, for softs, would probably be even quicker still. 2 seconds a lap. I don't know, you know. I do not know. Yeah, I think he's made a mistake. It's not the last lap. I don't think it was. I think evidently right now, I don't think it was. There goes Jay. Oh, that goes Chuck very deep on the wets. So the issue you've got with 2 laps left and it being dry is that those wets are going to fall off a cliff right now. Like, you aren't getting to the end. I don't think you're getting there on fuel and or tyre, actually, in this situation. It was risky. I think you made the wrong call. I mean, that's an acceptable wrong call, because that is a heinous decision to have to make. With a title on the line. It doesn't mean it's not the wrong call. I think that might be title over. I think that might be it. Well, tie don't get into the end. Oh, that is a nasty way for everything to fall apart. It can do what it can. Wets can do 3, but they have to be full and not 1. 2, with 1 tire that's pushing it. Bear in mind, they've already taken some abuse because it went to intermediate weather. That's not good. And there goes Jin. And that is game, set, and match. If it wasn't over before, it certainly is now. Gus is in the lead, but it ain't going to matter. Or is it? He might actually hold on to this. I don't know. I don't know whether or not which one's going to do a bit better here, actually. Is the Lebanese driver finally going to convert? We've been spending a lot of time on this championship lead. It's just fallen out of the wayside of Bendit here. I think we're going to go towards the front now then. The championship being dead in the water now. Won the final lap. I think Gusbach is going to potentially hold on here unless he makes a mistake. The Lebanese driver has had a couple of top 5s. A 6th. The Monza feature went out because of a damaged controller. And now, a chance to put his name on top. He absolutely should stay off the dry line. This is going to be close. I think Gusbach's going to get it. Quite frankly, I think Jin's going to be the one that might challenge him here. Because he's got all the tyre in the world. He's going to get through, potentially. Jin on the inside gets him. So Gusbach, the only one left, is running out of tyre like it's going out of fashion. Might just have enough, well, little enough left of the track. And he goes to the line, and he will get his first ALR win on the board as Gusbach wins the race, but more importantly, gets overshadowed by the championship being decided in Spa as Jin gets second and does enough to win it with a race to spare. Doesn't need Trial Mountain, wins it in 7, and gets his automatic promotion to Tier 3. The Jaguar over the line. Jin is world champion with the rain coming down. Just about beats out Gru in the end. Bendit gets 4th. Major 5th, Monkers 6th, Radiate 7th, Danger 8th, Bluebeard gets over in 9th. Bruschetti is going to get in 10th. That is out of fuel and out of tyre. And he's going to get overtaken by Orak here. And Chuck Norris, who are also in the same boat, but have the slight bit more amount of tyre. Horak is literally driving to the end. There's Chuck Norris potentially. Wait, no, Chuck Norris is pretty much out of tyre as well. They get the ads over the line in 12th, and Chuck Norris gets 13th. There you go. With all that being said, after 7 races, Jin is world champion for Tier 4 Blue. And we'll get his promotion next season. The Jaguars still in fight for the championship leader constructors. They'll go to the final day with Lexus. But with that being said, I'm going to need some food. And we'll do, I reckon we'll do Trial Mountain probably about 6:15. The aim for the end of the entire thing to be about 7:30 instead of 7. But with that being said, I will see you guys next time. Peace.